Alright, well, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of drawings this week. And actually, I picked up some pastel pencils yesterday and did some color work. And uh, looking forward to doing some more of that. And some more of the black and white turns into a color painting such as this. If I add some pastel pencil, makes it kind of nice. One of my friends says that it's just better black and white, but he says I like your black and white stuff better. But yeah, it's fun to it's fun to try all the different mediums. And as I was talking to a guy here yesterday. In fact, I'd love to have him on on the on the broadcast here. He's sitting over there. Maybe we can do a little bit of an interview here at some point. I think that would be fun. In any case, I was staying at this place, and then this guy came in. I think he's from Germany, but we went out doing some sketching yesterday together at a cafe, and we were talking about using all the different mediums and how you should be practiced in all the different mediums and be able to be ready to do almost anything. And I agree with that synopsis. In fact, he's here, and I would like to interview him a little bit for the video. I'm just doing my voiceover, and yesterday we were talking about using all the different mediums. Can you talk a little bit about, you want to pull up a chair, maybe? Sorry, it's kind of impromptu. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. And I mentioned that I met you, and do you have anything to say about like using different mediums, or tell me about?
Charcoal is like very fast. You can group shadows, you can group volume, you can make a portrait in like 15 minutes very fast. But like a graphite is more clear, and you can show form more. So if you wanna just draw from observational, it's like charcoal. But if you wanna build structure and have like a 3D look, I would go like with shading the form, and therefore I would choose graphite.
I agree. I've looked back at some of my. I mean, I'm not pushing any one thing here. I look back at some of my pictures in graphite, and I love them so much more.
Yeah, me as well. That's I think the reason why in the Renaissance they always draw with graphite, because you can show the organic three-dimensional look more. You can create a better illusion of form if you shade with the form. And with charcoal you only have like this one tone, so you can make more dramatic shading and more dramatic shadow. But
Have you ever been to
to
Hong
show
Kong?
form, to bring life to the painting, I think is structural with actual shading. Shading with the form is better.
Actually, my goal has always been to be extremely good with charcoal portraits, and also be extremely good with the pencil as well. But and what about other types of watercolors, or what else do you like?
I never painted really much, but the only paint I do consider learning is oil paint, because I really like the realistic look in it and the shading. The rendering with oil is kind of the only one I like. I don't like the with watercolor you can capture the movement and the connectiveness of nature pretty good, but I don't like the look. For me, it's like oil paint only. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I would tend to agree with that. Now, do you think that an artist should go out of his way to learn all of the different acrylics and watercolors. I think you were saying that yesterday, right? Don't be stuck in one way. Was that what you were saying yesterday?
Yeah, I would say that if you have the excitement to learn things, I would go and learn everything you want to learn, and don't limit yourself, because if you say I only focus on one thing because I want to master it, it's like if you have excitement to learn other things, I would strongly do that. And
But what if you don't really have the excitement? That's my point. I mean, I don't have excitement to learn what is it, egg tempura or gouache or something like that, really. Um, or oil pastel. I mean, but I feel like I should play around with all of these different things.
I don't think if you art is a way of expressing yourself, and if you don't like the medium, I think you wouldn't choose that to express yourself. And on the other side, there's like a draftsmanship, something you learn. And if you don't have excitement to learn the draftsmanship, like you don't want to express yourself, and you don't want to learn the draftsmanship. So I think there's no reason in doing something that you don't like. Like it doesn't to be serious. It doesn't need to be serious, and you should see art more as a play stuff, like dancing. And yeah, if you don't have fun with it, I wouldn't do it. And but if you have excitement, I would do everything you want, like as much as possible, and embrace discipline, embrace hard work, and yeah, learn everything you want to learn, and give yourself fully into it.
And what got you into drawing?
Into drawing, I came up with the idea of an animational series or manga comic, and the idea was so good for me that I put my whole life into learning to draw, so I can realize the idea. Yeah, and since then I only started drawing like manga and comic, but like after a year or something, I didn't enjoy drawing that much, but I was like hooked, and now I'm also wanna learn everything academically and do a lot of Russian and China approaches. And yeah, I really got in love with drawing and art in general. I even watched some art history stuff. Yeah, I never thought I would do that in my life.
You were telling me yesterday that in terms of like portraits, we were talking about drawing portraits, and
Where are you from?
you were saying that you'd prefer to draw women rather than guys. Can you explain a bit about
They're
that?
India, right?
I like to capture the beauty of life, and I think for me that's especially
USA.
women. I think males can be beautiful as well, but women like
San
more
Francisco.
in general. So yeah,
San
I like to.
Francisco.
That's the reason why I like to draw females more. And with figure drawing, it's like the same. Females have the they have like this swing, this flow,
maybe
this
1
motion
week
in their
and,
body, and men are more like
go
stiff.
to the-
But if a man is like really muscular and really
No, I've
ripped,
never been.
it's also nice because you can play with the shadows more. But women also have like this motion, this line of life in her body. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Wonderful. Any final words for people out there that are struggling with their art and getting into drawing and all this? Any final words?
No.
If you're struggling, I would suggest to change something and
Well,
think as a drawing. Don't think if you see a drawing, don't think as a whole drawing. Think as one single stroke. You only do one stroke at a time, and if you embrace the only one stroke, if you give everything in one stroke, your drawing will look very good.
I was sitting in the car one time. Yeah, I think that's really good advice. One stroke. A lot of people, they want to jump to the hair and start, putting in the hair, and it's like they'd rather kind of go for a lot of big strokes and make big motions than to deal with the very small kind of one stroke at a time, and being very gentle and sensitive with every stroke that you make. Yeah. I remember I was in the car one time with this girl. That was before I was drawing, and she was drawing next to me in the car in the passenger seat. And she says, I think she was from one of these, what is this, one of these countries, Latvia or somewhere. and she says, just draw what you see. And for me, it just the way that sat in my memory is just, and when I started to draw outside, because it's all there, you know. Everything you need is really there if only you look. So I say on my channel that when you're drawing a portrait, don't make a mark on your paper unless you're actually looking. You know, you've got to, make sure you're looking at your subject. Don't try to imagination something in. That's when you don't get the likeness, when you're trying to do something that you from your mind, that you're not even looking at the thing. Whatever it is, even if you don't get it right, still look at it. Don't try to look down at the paper and then, make it up yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like a really good advice. I struggle with that because I always thought in like theory, I always thought in concept. But the things you see, that there are no concept, just the best tip is really just to draw what you see. And there are a lot of methods to how to start a picture, but I think it's good to learn, but also necessary to learn to unlearn that and don't think in concepts at all. Just maybe to support you a bit in the beginning, and then just go with what you see.
Yeah, I say to people, just start drawing everything you see outside.